Hello, Alex RC Freak here, coming at you with another video of my 1/10 scale brushless revo edition. So I just want to do a quick showing you the truck here. Let me just show you the truck. This is my 10 scale revo brushless edition. Absolutely love this truck, and I hate it at the same time. This is a custom body I painted. It's a Proline split stream body. I tried to ghost in the silver. It came in a little bit more silver, and I did lime green pearl on there. These are flames I did. See how they're nice and sharp on the ends? Nice and sharp. They're not all stupid and fat looking like people that think they know how to do flames and they can't. But anyway, yeah. These still didn't turn out perfect flames, but they're way better than most flames I see. Anyway, I got an upgrade for this thing I'll tell you about towards the end of the video. I'm not going to drag this video on forever. This is my heavily modified 10 scale revo brushless edition. This thing is insanely built. I have MIP front and rear CVDs, the red push rods, and the toe links. The RPM true track in the back, RPM arms in the front upper and lower, RPM front and rear bumpers. You know, the Traxxas center driveline steel. The Traxxas CVDs suck ass. I'm serious. If you're stupid enough to buy those, you deserve how many times they get bent and all that stuff. Because I was the idiot that bought them, and I kept replacing the stupid shafts because I was too impatient to wait for shipping on the MIPs. So I finally bought them. Just get MIPs. Don't get the Traxxas junk because it'll fail you every time. Anyway, this is a good truck. I feel like this truck needs a lot of help actually out of the box. Like, the stock tires suck on traction. They rip really easily. They come unglued from the rim really easily. The only good thing about this truck that it has going for it right out of the box, a brand new 2018 model, is the contracted Castle Creations system through Traxxas. Traxxas contracted with Castle to put a 1/8 scale 2200 kV brushless motor in here, which that power setup is awesome. I got a genuine Mamba Monster 2 ESC in here because the Traxxas Mamba Monster rebranded ESC failed, as they usually will. So get a real Castle Creations ESC in here, and I promise you won't have issues. I got the J Concepts wing in the back. It's kind of beat up. It's kind of broken. See how it's kind of just beat up? But yeah, this is the body. This is the truck. Gorgeous looking truck, I think, with that body. This is just a Shelf Queen body. It's not going to be a Rand body. But let's take off. This thing has tons of mods. It has German engineering 17mm hexes, ceramic bearing kit from Boca Bearing, long travel rockers dyed black, the chassis dyed black, Revo Platinum sway bar kit with the red links, so they're stiffer, with silver sway bar links in the front, Inch-G spur gear cover, Robinson Racing Gen 3 spur gear, great spur gear, you know, steel, awesome. It has a 22 tooth pinion gear. This motor cooling fan is a little bit messed up there. This is the ESC. It is updated to the latest firmware. I strongly recommend you check it every month on any RC vehicle. Strongly recommended. It's running the Traxxas connectors. I may switch to XT90 connectors, the black plastic housing ones, not the yellow ones. I find the black ones online. I like Traxxas connectors a lot, but I don't like their brand new connectors. I like their old style connectors. So I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm going to do. Or I may just do the 6.5mm Castle Creations polarized connectors. I got aluminum shock caps on here, titanium nitrate coated shock shafts. That's the motor. That's normal, that little noise. That's the magnets in the motor you're hearing. Long travel rockers on the back. You know, the true track in the back, the MIPs, the sway bar link in the back, the wheelie bar, obviously. You have to buy that separate. I got a really nice set of Duratrack 6-pack tires for it. They're 17mm hex, and they're chrome wheels. I think Duratrack's the few things that Duratrack's actually does right, because they couldn't build an RC car right to save their life. But the few things they actually did right is the wheels. The 17mm wheels, 3.8 wheels they make are pretty good tires, wheels and tires. Going underneath, you know, that's underneath the truck. You know, these are really strong trucks if you're willing to put a little bit of money into them. I love this truck. Now, let me tell you all the bad about it. The stock axles that go right here are junk. The plastic ones, you'll snap those like crazy. The center drive lines, you'll twist them, or they'll melt and twist, kind of. They'll get hot and kind of twist, melt. The shock caps, they break. So I got RPM rod ends all the way around. I got RPM rod ends because I kept stretching these rod ends on the shock shaft here. So, like I say, I strongly recommend doing RPM rod ends right here, you know, everywhere. That's what this truck has on it. It has a Savox servo. It's a SC1232SG, and it's a 444 ounces of torque at 6 volts. As you can see, my slipper nut is tightened. I may loosen up a speck. I like them tight. I don't like them to slip because then you just go through slipper pads. But I may loosen this one up a speck. The giant downfall of this truck, the biggest downfall. Let me just say this. I got German engineering motor mount. Let me just show you here. Sorry about this. I'm doing this one-handed, so please bear with me. German engineering motor mount plate. And then the German engineering rear motor brace. I love this brace. It helps support the motor so when you jump, it's stability and you won't skip a gear tooth or damage your spur gear if you're not running a steel spur gear or, you know, an upgrade spur gear. It's really nice, and it helps make the chassis stronger too without the actual chassis brace that goes along here. So, just saying. I love the RPM True Track because that way you don't wear tires unevenly. The only thing I would say about this rig is it takes specialty batteries that are pretty small to fit in these battery compartments. So my suggestion to anyone who is looking to get batteries, make sure they fit in the 10th scale e-revo brushless. If you're going 8 scale or smaller RC, if you're going like X Max RC, they can fit pretty big batteries. So I'm saying 8 scale or smaller. Do batteries that will fit in the 10 scale e-revo brushless. Even if you hate the e-revo brushless and you don't like Traxxas or whatever, my suggestion is a lot of RCs have that size battery that fits in here, fits in them. Like my Axle SCX-10-2 kit, the battery tray stock on that fits this battery that is supposed to fit in here perfectly, fits in there perfectly. So, yeah. Got ceramic bearing kit. I strongly recommend those. Got the Proline adjustable body posts. The biggest problem with this truck is the axles, center drive lines. The transmission itself is really durable. The stock gears in it are actually a lot stronger than you would expect. The shock caps and the differentials. The spider gears inside the differentials and the ring and pinion gear are garbage on this thing. Now, let me just tell you, Traxxas is making an updated version of the e-revo brushless edition, 10 scale. My local hobby shop told me about this just today, so I am telling you, they are making... He didn't tell me when they're supposed to get released, but they are making an updated version of the e-revo brushless edition, and supposedly all the suspension components, the chassis is all still going to be exactly the same. From what he told me, they're just going to make the differential stronger. The transmission's going to be all steel. The differentials are going to have it's going to be 1/8 scale differentials. I don't know if that's true or not. You know, these differentials are too weak for this truck. I love this truck. It has power for days. It's funner than hell to drive. But I've always 8 differentials before an actual battery run, like 2 battery packs are through this thing. I've always destroyed the differential, so I can't even get 1 battery pack through this and the differentials go out. And it's usually, I can't even count the times of how many times I've rebuilt the differential. And the rear front bulkhead cracks right here. Right here, it'll crack underneath here. right there if you jump it hard for like an hour. So if you can get it to run that long. There's been a few times where I've actually been able to get a couple battery packs through it in one day without destroying diffs, but it's extremely far and few between. So basically what I'm telling you is this is a video of an upgrade I purchased with this truck to try to fix that problem, because I think the biggest problem with this truck is the differentials. And people always do the Team Losi LST or triple XLE differentials where you have to sand the differential aluminum housing and then, you know, do all that, and you have to sand the bulkhead and stuff to get it to fit. I don't like doing that. I like it to be clean and factory fit. I don't care. I don't like doing that. So on some rigs I do, but not this one. It's too tight. It's too tight. There's not enough room inside these. But what I'm telling you, and also on the LST, this has this thing where the pin goes through the diff outdrive, the spider gear outdrive. There's a pin that goes through there. The Team Losi one does not have that design. It has like a little slot with a diff cup made into it, so you can't really change it. I like this MIP design. So let me show you what I got here. Just please bear with me. There's the truck right there. So alright, so basically what I got, this is a paper towel. No, I'm just kidding. But so basically I went on eBay and I found upgraded differential parts. So basically what you got here, this is your ring gear. This is hard steel. And the teeth on this, the gear teeth look really, really well built. Like this thing feels strong. I don't know if it'll actually, it came from Hong Kong, so I don't know if it'll actually hold up or anything like that. But these definitely look way, way stronger than the stock factory gears. And the gear teeth pitch is way more deeper than the factory gears. So this is the pinion gear. It's solid all the way across here. Some of the older Traxxas pinion gears had a hole right in the center of that, so they kind of made it. I've destroyed both. You know, the pinion gear, the ring gear, both. I've destroyed all the spider gears, but these are made out of steel and they look very well built. So my suggestion, whenever you have a new differential gears, drive the vehicle very slow. No more than quarter throttle. Be very slow on your acceleration. Go in figure eights. Drive in figure eights until you go and complete battery pack full. So if your rig takes 2 batteries to actually run, like the revo 10 scale brushes has to have 2 batteries to turn on, run the entire batteries to where the LiPo cutoff comes on and do figure eights. Just do figure eights. And yes, it's going to may take a while at quarter throttle because you're going slow if you have good batteries, but I promise you it'll help prevent damaging diffs. These diffs suck no matter what you do to them. The stock ones will always mess up. So anyway, here is the spider gears. They look very well built. I mean, they're just very nicely built. You know, the machining looks really nice to my surprise. I don't see any imperfections on these gear teeth or anything like that. They actually look like they're CNC machined. They're not molded steel, they're actually CNC machined. So, they look very nice. And my suggestion is always get a new seal that goes around the edge of this. Always get a new seal. And now, I'll say this. The only concern I have about these as of the moment right now, and I'm going to break these in, and I'm going to really try to make these and see how the durability is of them. But, this seal right here, this little grooves right here on each side, these little grooves right there, I don't know how well it's going to actually seal, because if this goes too far and the seal doesn't have enough surface right here to seal, it could leak silicone differential fluid. So I'm going to run 60 weight front and rear in the differentials. So I just wanted to do a quick video showing you guys kind of what's going on, what I'm doing. This is my revo, obviously, and it's a filthy mess because I haven't really cleaned it in a while. I haven't actually driven it in a while because I just rebuilt this rear differential, and I haven't driven it since because it's so irritating that they go out like that. And I'm going to use the stock plastic housing because I have the Hot Racing differential case and the Hot Racing aluminum differential cups, and I'm telling you right now, I don't care if you have an aluminum differential case or aluminum differential cups on the stock differential components, they will still shred super easy. And that's not even kidding. They will still go out just as easy as they did with stock. So wasting your money on all that aluminum stuff doesn't really work, at least in my experience. Now I'm speaking from my own personal experience. Now I'm not the kind of guy that goes balls to the wall with this thing. I jump it and have fun with it, but I'm not doing stupid stuff like, 15 feet in the air, I'm not doing stupid stuff like that, going off jumps full throttle and nailing the full throttle in midair just to do stupid shit. I don't do that. I know how to jump this. I know this vehicle extremely well. I have it tuned really well. It's just the differentials go out. So, I may, readjust the slipper a little bit on this one just to try to make these last a little longer. Hopefully they will. But like I say, it's extremely important to break in your ring and pinion gear and these spider gears, especially these spider gears, when they go together, you got to break them in. So, strongly recommend no more than, I'd actually do less than quarter throttle and just drive it super easy. Just do figure eights in a flat concrete parking lot, no dirt, concrete parking lot, so that way the differential's forced to work, and that way you can break in the differential correctly. Now use wheel bearing grease on the ring and pinion gear surface teeth. Use wheel bearing grease, that's what I use, or you can use marine grease. I do not drive my vehicles through water. I don't drive them through snow. I don't drive them through mud or anything like that. If the dirt's all wet and really wet and moist, I don't drive them. I prefer not to. The way I look at it, I buy all my own RC stuff with my own money. I work hard to have this hobby. I work very, very hard to have this hobby and enjoy this hobby. I'm not sponsored in any sort of way. So if I could just help some people out that may be unsure, they're in the same boat as me. They buy all their own RCs with their hard-earned cash or their hard-earned money. And then, you get a lot of people on YouTube that are bigger YouTube channels on RC, and the companies will pay them to say good things about the rig. So I'm not one of those. I'm just going to be honest all the way. If it's junk, I'll tell you straight up. That's who I am. This hobby is too expensive to lie to people. I don't believe in that. So I have a higher mentality than do that just to tell a BS story to someone just to get them to buy an RC or something. It's like when I go to a hobby shop and they have these cheap little, Arma or ECX pieces of garbage RCs, or Red Cat, for example, and they try to say that they're talk them up like they're the best thing just to get them to buy one. Save a couple dollars and just get a good quality RC. The revo is a great RC. It really is. With some minor tweaking and the right upgrades, you don't have to go upgrade crazy like I did. With the right upgrades, it's a great truck, and it's a blast. It is a total blast to drive. So, as always, I just want to do a shout out to everyone who has subscribed and commented. I love you all. I sincerely appreciate all the comments, all the people who take the moment to subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it. I try to keep videos up as soon as I can. Like I say, I work hard to buy all the RC parts, so, I'm doing the best I can with that. But if you bear with me, I'll promise I'll keep them coming, and I'll try to get some running videos of my RCs as best as I can. I don't really ever have anyone that's able to go with me when I go, but I promise you this summer I'll do my best to get some running videos out of how I jump them. I got a really cool jump spot I go jump this thing at, and this thing's a blast to jump. I will say these stock tires are awesome. If you just want to jump it, they're not super heavy, so it jumps really well with these stock tires. But anywho, that's what I got for it, and I just want to do a video showing you guys kind of what's up with me lately and what's going on. And I sincerely appreciate anyone who likes, comments, subscribes from the bottom of my heart. Really, I do. And I'm not just saying that just to say it. I really greatly appreciate that. I love the comments. I really sincerely appreciate anybody who comments, even if it's negative. I appreciate the comment. I really do. So, just so everyone knows that. As always, thank you for watching Alex the RC Freak. I'll be coming back at you with a couple more videos. Alex RC Freak out. Peace.